Welcome back to Bows and Balls. I'm Brent, and I'm feeling much better. It's been a week now. I got sick a week ago today, and got some snakes I got to feed tonight. So I figure I always like to have those snakes out before they eat. And I know a lot of people say don't do that, but it's mine are so used to it. It's not a big deal. Mine are so used to being held. I could actually hold them within you know, an hour of feeding them and it wouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, I'm not doing anything. But this girl eats tonight. Foxy ain't been out in a little bit. She's getting ready to go into shed. She eats tonight. My IMG eats tonight. I figure we'll have a real talk. I haven't had one of those in a while where it's just really mumbo jumbo. Now I figured out a topic to talk about. Figured maybe we'd talk about that. Because I see a post this morning. I don't do a lot of Facebook, reptile, boa, snake groups. I've been visited enough of those sites to, it always just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Because I still remember how it was, how exciting it was to when I got my first snake, and want to talk to other people, about their experiences with their snakes, and because you're excited, and it's good. You should be excited. But then you hit some of these Facebook groups, some of these snake groups, and you go and post a picture of your snake, and it don't matter. You're going to get 6 people come back, and they're going to have something bad to say about the looks of your snake, or how you housing it, and yes, I agree. Some of these snakes aren't being housed properly, and some of them look underweight and all this. But the thing that irritates me is the way that people go about, trying to explain, and they're not explaining. They're the way they do things is just it. That it's God to them, and they forget that a lot of people get pets from pet stores that have the worst information and will tell you the worst care. I mean, I remember when we got our bearded dragons from PetSmart, and they told us, oh, you want to run a red light at night for them. Do not do that. It just kept them up all night. They would not go to sleep. Literally, they stayed awake for 3 whole days, and I go, that's not normal. And then I started doing more research and then found out that red light at night is the worst thing that you could do for a bearded dragon. And that's just an example, But, we didn't really know, because we hadn't really gone. I've had lizards before, and knew pretty much how to take care of it from get-go. So it wasn't like I didn't know something. I have had, like I said, lizards before. I've had iguanas and stuff like that before they're illegal. And so I wasn't worried about housing and care and all that, you know what I mean? But I did listen to the pet store when they told me about, the right lights and this and that. And, so there's lots of people out there that got snakes that PetSmart or one of these pet store chains, told them how to keep a snake and this and that, and and just the way that people go and try to explain the proper care and stuff, they come across as assholes. I'll say it, and it leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. That's why I don't go to any more of them. And I know not all Facebook groups, snake groups and all that are all like that. A lot of them, monetize that really good and make sure that, They keep the bad apples out, you know, the ones that just, oh, my way's the only way to do it, and you know, instead of educating people, they belittle people, and I don't like that at all, you know, because we was all there at one time, brand new, had no idea what was going on, and like I said, you get excited, you know, you've got animals, you're gonna try to go and find other people, and there's lots of groups out there for snakes and lizards and all that, and in the beginning that was a great place, you know, to post your animals or whatever, but now it's just there's so much drama that I don't go to any of them groups. When people send me, you know, invites to these groups, I don't bother joining. I have no, you know, I don't like seeing it, you know. And I do realize that, you know, there are some good people out there that you know, that come across as they're just trying to educate people, and that they're not, oh, I'm so smart and you're so dumb, and you know. But I don't do any of those Facebook groups. I don't. They just tend to, you know, it just irritates me, and I feel bad for people when they post stuff and people just go right at them, jump down their throat with a meat hook, you know. I mean, that's not the way to educate people on, you know, care and all that. And you know, all you do is put them off from the reptile people, you know, from, they think everybody's like that, and we're not all like that. I mean, I can be over opinionated sometimes on some things, but I myself do realize there's more than one way to do stuff, you know. Carpenter by trade, and I know there's more than one way, more than one correct way to build things, you know. So but I figure we talk about that. That's about all I got to say about that. That's why nobody really sees me on any, you know, snake groups or reptile groups. I post I post on Instagram, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of that. Been concentrating more on doing these YouTube videos and Instagram video, you know, Instagram posts. Like I said, this girl's gonna eat tonight, and I can't hold it for, you know, I don't like to hold them for at least 2 days, but I normally try to wait 3 days, just to make sure, you know. They're never stressed when I have them out. I've never had a regurg. I'll say that right now. I've never had a regurg. I've been very lucky to never have a regurg. I had what I thought was a regurg in the beginning with my Guyana. I was feeding her rat pops, and when she pooped, it didn't look like, you know, your normal brown poop. It actually kind of looked whitish and all that. It kind of looked like a regurg, and I automatically assumed that maybe she, you know, and that's why I brought her to the vet in the very beginning, because I thought, you know, I was worried maybe she had parasites or something. But turned out that rat pops are still being, you know, are still getting milk, I guess, from the mother or whatever. So, you know, the rats are still taking milk from their mother when they're pups. So that's what was messing her belly up. I had to actually change her over to smaller sized weaned rats that weren't nursing off the mother rat, you know, still. So, but that was a scare. I thought it was regurg, and it wasn't. It just happened to be the milk was messing with my snake's belly. And as soon as I took her off the rat pups and put her on the small weaned rats, she come right out of it. Her poops turn, you know, brown like normal. And it's weird too because these guys have all been fed off pups. You know, these guys have all eaten pups, and these guys, you know, this girl, my hypo leopard, she's never had, you know, that whitish poop. And like I said, Raven hasn't done it since she's been off the pops. It's just something to keep in mind, and I don't know. I was told maybe it's something to do with her being wild caught, that maybe, you know, that's why it messed with her stomach more than like these guys. Because like I said, my IMG, Motley's on pinkies, but so they're obviously still nursing, and her poops are your normal, you know, brown color. I don't really like talk about poops, but that is something that did happen to me, and that's something that I guess it could help somebody out there. You know, if all of a sudden you have a boa and you started feeding it rat pops, and you notice that their poop is discolored, don't worry, it's not a regurg, because it kind of looked like a regurg, but you could tell right off the bat because it didn't stink. A regurg smells bad, smells horrible, smells horrible. Well, I, I say it like I've smelled it. I haven't smelled it, but in the videos that I've seen, everybody says the regurg is like nasty smelling, like super nasty. But all right, we'll put this girl back. I'll probably take out Motley. Motley just shed yesterday. Come on, girl. There we go. Here we go. She's going. She's going. It just, she goes really, all my snakes go back really slow. Really slow. Which is nice. We'll take little Molly out. See ya. Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring about stuff to talk about. I don't know why anybody wants to, anybody wants to, know anything. I'd have the little ones out, but they just ate Monday. So I want to give them one more day before I have them out. So Heather and Evie. That's why you won't see them out today. And it's not because there's anything wrong. They're digesting. Hi, pretty girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? If I can't get that orange tail of hers to show up. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time showing it. But she's got a gorgeous tail. She really does. Get her here on one hand instead of two. How orange that is. Not really, huh? gorgeous tail though. And she's such a sweetheart. This girl is such a sweet snake. She likes to run around and climb. She's really good about holding on though. Oops, sorry girl. Yeah, lighting sucks. Lighting sucks. Yeah, she's a little far away, huh? See that iridescent? Right here and right in there. See, I'm gonna mess with their tails. Doesn't bother them. Yeah, and something I didn't know. I guess the autofocus on these cameras give off infrared. And so that sometimes can be what is putting the snakes off. Not so much the phone there, is the infrared that the phone gives off when it's doing the autofocus. I just see that in another video here a couple days ago. And I did watch your video. I watched your last spot nose video, Jeep guy. I keep forgetting. I can't remember everybody's name. I know him by Jeep. He got a Jeep channel. I think he's got a Jeep channel, and he's got a reptile channel. You know who I'm talking about, because obviously you've got a spot nose clown. That's Eating Great Farm. I might do a feed video tonight, you know, which is no big deal. I mean, I know some people don't like them, but I'm not feeding but frozen thawed. I don't feed live here, so it's really not that big of a deal. You can watch it if you want, and you don't have to watch it if you don't want, just like the rest of these videos. But I am running out of stuff to talk about, you know. And everybody's pretty much seen my whole collection, so there's not like anything new I got out there to show anybody that they haven't already seen or is in a video. We'll still continue to shoot videos, but it's probably going to be just like this until I figure out something to talk about. Seen some videos where people are still trying to say that, you know, that the reptile thing is going to bounce back, and I'm sure it will. It's normal. It's just everything has a cycle. It might be a year or two, it might be less, it could be 6 months from now, and the industry bounces back. I mean, you really never know. It was funny when 5 years ago when I started, reptiles were big, super big. I mean, you couldn't breed enough snakes. You know, people were buying everything, not just certain snakes. They were, if you produced it, there was somebody out there that would buy it, and it's not like that anymore. You know, only people that are buying your big dollar snakes right now really are breeders and your occasional pet owners. you know. But for the most part, I don't think anybody's, but you know, spending any big money on snakes right now. Not for pets, you know, for breeding projects maybe, but for the most part, I think your low end your low end snakes are what's selling now. You know, clawing around my ear. She's so good. She's such a good girl. Oh, hey, she's just gonna hang out here now. And I'm so glad that I did get a couple of these boas as babies. Raven was a couple years old. She was, geez, I want to say she was 2. Raven was like 2 years old, so she was probably about 3 foot. You know, Roxy was probably about that, 3.5 foot. Roxy, my Doomerals, and she was, I think she was 3. My Doomerals, when I got her, I'm pretty sure she was 3 years old. So, and yeah, it was different having, you know, to some people it's going to sound stupid, you know, people that, you know, dealt with retics or got, you know, have retics, you know, and started out with retics. Yeah, you know, a 3 foot boa ain't nothing, but you know, somebody that, you know, still wasn't really used to snakes and whatever, which I wasn't. I mean, I had a few snakes then, but I mean, I was still, you know, was overly confident. You know, I'm really confident now. I mean, obviously, you know, I've had all of them long enough that you know, we've all grown together now. This girl I've only had a little over a year now, so she was my last snake purchase, and I've had her a year, and you see how good she is. She's such a good girl. And I let her do what she wants. You know, I just here to make sure she don't hurt herself. That's all. And I can touch her, and it's no big deal. You know, I can't see a whole lot. Really not concerned if we can see or not. But she is such a good girl. And it is nice to have babies, you know. And I know once you've had your baby for a while, then you can't wait till they get big. And I was the same way. You know, it's as humans, we're never satisfied. You know, we always want more. And I was there too. I just couldn't wait. I can't wait till my ball pythons get big. You know. And then I came to the realization, even when they're full grown, that ball pythons really aren't that big. Once I had a couple adults. What are you doing, girl? You see her? I'm trying to get her to go back, but I think she just soon be out. I think she just soon be out because she is so happy. She's a happy-go-lucky snake. She is. She's at a morning greeter. I open tubs up in the morning. All right, girl, you want to stay out? I'll let you stay out. I'll let her stay out. You gotta hang on, though, girl. Okay, you hang on. Here we go. IMG. See? Just reach in and pick her up. She's going into shed too. She's really dull right now for her. good though, aren't they? This is Aurora. Let's show me our orange eyes, girl. She's got really orange eyes. And she's such a pretty girl. She's such a pretty girl. Yeah, so you won't see these girls in the next video. Well, you could see Molly. Molly doesn't eat till Saturday. But I want to take her out because she just shed. This girl's gonna look incredible when she sheds again. Aurora, my sweet girl. My sweet girl. You can't see what Molly's doing. Molly's up on my head. These guys are awesome. I love my boas. I love my boas. You can't, you know, because I don't know really a whole lot about retics other than they get really big and they have a really good, strong food response. But I would think, to me, that boas are like the between a ball python and a retic. You know, is what they seem like to me. Look, she's one of those old things that the girls used to wear when we were kids. Can't even remember what they were called because I'm not a girl. Headband. I guess that's what it was, a headband. Plastic headband. She's just sitting there. And Motley will do that too. And that's one thing about these boas. Once these boas, you know, content, you know, to just hang out or whatever, they'll just settle in and they don't move. She's just hanging there. As you can see, that's her head right there. And she's just sitting there. And she'll do that in my hand too. She'll just sit there and rest her head on my thumb or whatever sometimes. Well, this girl, I mean, this girl does move around a lot sometimes. You know, she's normally keeps moving, but she's not like move to get away. She just moves. And some of it right now is too because she's gonna shed. You know, her eyes haven't gone into blue yet, but it's coming. I can tell. I can tell her. I can tell when she's dulled up. She might not look that dull to you, but she is to me. I know what she normally looks like when she has a fresh shed. Well, don't stick your head in my mouth. She almost stuck her head in my mouth while I was talking. Molly. You just can't. There's no way to describe the feeling that you get, you know, when you and your snakes are both confident. You know, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like being able to just grab a snake and take it out and have no worries. I mean, I have absolute no worries that I'm gonna get bit. I really don't, you know. But I do realize it you know, there's a good chance that it could happen. It hasn't happened in 5 years, but it doesn't mean that it's not ever. I mean, we still do stupid stuff, you know. I mean, I sometimes go face first into my snake enclosures, you know, and luckily I haven't been tagged in the face yet, but, you know, probably if I continue to do that and forget about it, you know, when it's close to food time, you know, and I go and open up a tub and I go face first like I always do, yeah, there's a good chance I'm going to get bit. But that's going to be on me. I'm not going to feel, you know, I'm not going to be angry in any way towards my snake. Oh, she might start moving because I think Aurora's starting to touch her. Molly, she's so funny. She's a little cuddler. She's a little cuddle snake. She loves to be out. We'll put Aurora back. Gotta move this chair out of the way. Hopefully I can get her back. No, you get in there. No, you get in there. You get in there. You stay down. Oh, she's gonna try to come back out again. No. Oh, you little stink bud. You little stink bot. There we go. Now we got her in there. Now we got her in there. Molly, you're being so good. You are, Molly. You're being such a good girl. Oh, she got her tail in my ear. Get your tail, come on. She's hanging on. She shoved her tail right in my ear. In the ear, my ear canal. Not just in, she's not just in my ear, she's got it inside my ear. Come on. Aurora, let go of my thumb. Come on, girl. Thank you. This girl does. She's got her tail stuck right in my ear. Look at that. I gotta take that out because it doesn't feel very pleasant. Gee, she put it in there almost to my eardrum. Come here, girl. Oh, Molly. Now tell me, who doesn't want a Molly out there, huh? Who wouldn't want a snake like this beautiful little girl that's got such a great attitude? She's not for sale. She's not going anywhere, but who wouldn't want, who wouldn't want a boa like that? And she's such a sweet snake. She's such a sweet, sweet girl. And I love her. I love her markings. All right, girl. I bet you'll go back now. I'm sure you're ready to go back now. Come on, girl. She's just gonna fight with me. Go this way. You gotta turn around. I know you like Dad. Oh, I'm gonna get on this side. I'm trying to get to where I can get her back in here, but she just keeps looking at me. Stop looking at Dad. Look this way. Look this way. There you go. Look this way. Look. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna sit here and continue to hold her. So, but anyway, remember, if you can't be good at it. And we'll see you in the next video. All right, cheers.